Hi, this is Tamara Bennett at the ASPCA Kitten Nursery, and we're showing you how to transitional feed kittens to wean them off the bottle, which is a process between a little bit of food and they can have as much bottle in between. But when we first introduce the food, it's just a small, tiny amount that you're having them try. So you can start with a little dish. Just gonna put a tiny amount, and look, he says, "I think I like that." If he was not interested, I would not force feed him. I might put a tiny little amount in his mouth just so he got the taste of it. But other than that, I would go back to the bottle. But he's still showing interest, so I'm gonna let him eat off the tongue depressor. And then when they get a little more interested in the food, you can actually take the tongue depressor with the tiny amount that they just ate, lowering the tongue depressor into the dish to give him the idea to eat out of the dish by himself. Now, it doesn't happen magically like this all the time. It's a process, but we don't usually let them walk through the food because they can get wet and chilled, and we don't want that to happen. And we do like them to learn to eat from the tray. We normally don't feed them with our fingers because he can always have the bottle. So it's about letting them take the time that they need to decide to eat food and get off the bottle. But they can still have as much bottle as they want in between. So if he stopped eating like this, I would offer him the bottle, let him have a little milk, and then go back to having a little food, and that would be his meal for that feeding. And you would continue this process with each feeding during his day. They will start grooming themselves a little at this point, but you want to make sure that there's no leftover food particles on their face or paws or anywhere on their body, because it can be wet, as I say, and get them chilled. So after you've done the back and forth process with the food in the bottle several times, and the kitten is looking like he's satisfied that he's had a good meal, then you can stop and stimulate them again, of course, before putting them back to bed, and you'll continue this throughout the transitional feeding process.